Hello, you! Well, the you that Susan Wojcicki allows you to be on Tube. Welcome to Dyson Sphere program as we're continuing to build stuff and things. Alright, let's get over to this stone because the idea when I ended last episode was we're going to build this, we're going to build this, and we're going to build this. All the stuff that comes from stone, so that will also mean we're building this thing. And we're just going to pipe that over to where we need it on our little bus that we're doing over there. So, let's see how we're going to do this. We're going to need a miner first. Shift that over to about like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Can I get... There we go, that's 7 there. Let's just make sure, yep, 7. And I already know I'm going to need a lot. So let's go ahead and see if we come at it from this angle. That might only be 5. Let's check. Nope, it's 6. 6 is good enough. 7, of course, is better, but I'm not sure if I can. Let's turn this at an angle. I'm going to want at least 3 in here, though. That's another 6. I think I can try for. Ooh, that's right on the board. I think I got 7 with this one. So we got 7, 6, and 7. That's going to be good enough for now. That should give me what I'm looking for. And unlike you two, I have found what I'm looking for. Let's see, I'm probably going to do best if we have something like that. There's actually no good place for this. We'll do that. And then what I'm thinking is we can just have one for this. That's dead simple. One for this. We're not going to use this for anything except making these. So we'll just set that up. And this is going to need... let's do 4 smelters for each of these. So this will be 8. This will be another 8 because I'll need smelters for this and smelters for this. Well, this actually is 10. I could probably get away with doing 8 here, then 4 here for 12, and then probably, honestly, 1 is good, but I'm going to use 2. So let's do 14 smelters is what I'll shoot for here. I should have tons and tons of smelters. Where are they? There we are, 37 of them. So actually, let's get the belts out first. So, ooh, that's okay. It's gonna. Okay, I see the grid's this way, so that's fine. We'll put it this way. Put that way. I will run them all like this direction. And when I'm done, I'll kick it up this way and loop it over there. So it'll go out here and then over. So let's see. I want... By the time this loops around... I guess it really doesn't matter the order. But I did just realize that I only set up 2 tracks down there. Okay, not a big deal. Not a big deal. I will fix that once it's time. So, smelter time. So again, if I'm doing 4, it's probably easiest to just do them like so. And then this one is going to need the 6. So do that. Ooh, there's water there. Okay, because there's water there, I'm actually going to do the 6 over here. Take that. Okay, and then, so if we're doing the 6, that's going to be this first, and then we copy that, paste, 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 and then this one is going to be this. Which actually means as I'm thinking out, this will still work. My idea will still work. It'll just be interesting how that'll happen. But we'll do this as the stone then. And then, oh, I will need... I'm going to make this one the stone. Let's see, I should be able to continue to paste that in. Because what I will need to do is add some more over here. So I want to make... what am I doing? Well, it doesn't really matter, but yeah, whatever. Okay. Realized I could have put those over there after all. Doesn't really matter. I was out thinking myself. Oh, I realized I was using actual wind instead of... That's why it didn't have much coverage. Oh well, the wind turbines, I need them anyway. See, this is going to have to export, so I'm going to need a couple anyway. Okay, now let's see if all the stuff that got set up will work. And that is about the worst place I could have put that tower. Let's see here. I am going to give myself some room to expand, so I'll go all the way down to here. And then we will use a real merger on here. Yeah, I'll just put it there. That should be fine. Because this will be enough. And then that's going to head that direction. So we are starting to make some of these. Now it doesn't matter that this is going to take a long time to build, because going on to the bus over there is this is just to have these supplies available. When I'm building something that requires them, I'm probably going to do a specific target of a field and pull across tons and tons and tons. What I want in the meantime is just basically going to have storage for those somewhere, so I'll build that a little bit later off of there. When I add it to the line, it'll make more sense, hopefully. And now these are going to be right next to each other, so it's not a problem, but I do want to move that over a little bit, just so that it's got some separation there. Doesn't really matter at this point. For this, then we're going to come down here. It's going to be on this line, and we're going to want there. Oh, wrong button. And yeah, the way this is going right now, this definitely will be a bottleneck for anything that needs those resources. It's going to take it a long time. And you can see that primarily it's because of how long it takes this stuff to be made. So I'm probably... Well, really, what I'm going to need is to get a silicon planet to really provide that. But in the meantime, we will use one of these stone fields somewhere else when it's ready. Because I think, yeah, this... Well, that uses regular glass. Which component? This component here needs 2 of those for every copper. So when we're making a bunch of these, that could be a problem. Right, now the other problem I have here is to make sure that I get this onto the correct... Ah, I see. This is actually way up here, so I'm already overshooting it. Haha. Not a problem. I am going to work backwards from up here, though, to make it easier. Alright, now I don't want to waste the products that are on here already, so I will fix this in a second, but first, let's empty the belt. It's creating... Yeah, this is creating too many of them. So I will put that back in a second. I took too long on it, so... Okay, so I'm going to end up with a bunch of stone in my inventory. It's not the end of the world, though. That's on there. Okay. This one should be a little easier because of how much slower it is. That one's probably gonna... Yep, that one's feeding too fast as well, so let me just grab that across there. Okay, so I end up with a bunch of stuff in my pockets, but we now have these added to the bus. And again, this is going pretty slow, so we're going to need more of those for when we are building things that require it. But for now, let's stick to what we need on here. So we've got this stuff. let's probably make prisms next, maybe? And then we can start making this kind of stuff. Gotta make one of those. Yeah, prisms need to go before we can make that. And I'll need this at some point. I don't think that's a prerequisite for any of this stuff, though. Just for when we get down in there. Actually, when we build this can come from coal. So we can do all of this stuff before we even get to anything that gives us hydrogen, which is going to be with the gas stuff. So, okay. Let's go ahead then and do prisms next, I think. So that will be... I need an assembler. I'm going to give 2 spaces here, I think. Ooh. Bumped me right as I was clicking down. I'll make 3 of these. Is this the glass? So yes, so it's going, where that's located, I'm going to need to move that over. And so I actually need another square in there, really. Let's go ahead and add these 3 right there. Prisms, thankfully, are just glass. Don't need to do a lot of other things on it. Ah. You're gonna need the extra space here, too. So, let's bump that back to there. And then we're going to run out of these. Actually, I was just thinking too, given... I got some stones here that I can add on. But given that we're about to run into some water here, my next assemblers really need to be making the foundations so that I can clear that up. I'm going to need quite a few foundations, so that's one of the ones that I'm not going to restrict on the box. We'll use a full container for storage on that. So yeah, as I said, next up is going to be foundations. I should have everything that I need to make that. Do have enough room for this. This is going to look a little wonky, but what I will do is go out to here, over to there, storage on there, and then we click on this and we're going to make sure this is the priority. So what it will do is it will fill this until this is full. Then it will use this one to go out here. away for now. Now, as you can see, with the filter in place, everything's going to go into this box first. So before anything downstream gets any of these items, I want to fill this box up. And let me see, is this? Why is this not pulling? And that is the stone, right? Yeah. Did I put these in the wrong way? Yes. There I go, being a genius again. And you can get into there. Now we need this back. Oh. Stop. Why is this one not working? So this is not getting steel. I mean, that's on there. I don't understand why that's not working. Oh, I moved it onto this. Oh, I see what happened on here. Okay, so this got steel added to the belt. Okay, now it looks like it's working. Okay, now we're getting stuff over into here. I'm going to go ahead and take some of these really quick. Maybe come down here and then...
Foundation, a terrain leveling tool. Yet we cannot use it to change the planetary landforms at will. We can only level the surface to ground zero. If the foundation is used for high grounds, it will gain soil power. On the contrary, if it is used on the ocean or low-lying areas, it must consume soil power. When installing the foundation, either choose a kind of decoration or without decoration, even only surface leveling.
Yeah, that's good.
Insufficient required items. You can click the replicator button at the bottom right of the screen to open the panel and manually replicate these items.
So I have 61 of these. That size I need 100. So it'll take a bit to store up enough of these, but that's fine. Building stuff off of this little mini bus is just for what we're using around. This isn't really for building anything major. Like, I'm not going to be using anything from these belts for the science that's coming up. When I'm doing the science, that's going to be completely its own self-contained project, so that 100% of the resources are going directly to that. This is stuff that I'm intending to take my time with, and it doesn't matter if it takes forever for it to open up. So we'll do that. 48 now. So anyway, I just need a little bit more here. So let me shrink this down a bit. It doesn't need to be as big. 7 by 7. So 6 by 6 should be enough for what I've got there. And now I can fit my next rows of assemblers in. So now we're making all of this. We're making this. So next up, we're making this. We're making this. Next up, we could make these plasma exciters. Or we could make these chips. No, we'd have to make these first. And then we can... Yeah, let's make these first, and then we'll make these, and then we'll make these. And let me check what time it is. Yeah, since I'll be fast forwarding some of this, I probably have enough time to do all of these really quick. Now, one thing I want to do is spread the electricity out a bit. So get rid of that. But I want the power to be included back in. So we still need to use the power. And then what we want... Ooh, there's a dead zone there though. Well, let me put these in first then. So we'll put... I need to check the recipe really quick. We're going to make these next. So we just need 2 input rows. With that there, the input rows I want no further away than here. Or no, it's got to be at least 2 rows from here. So input rows coming in there is basically what I want. So we can put that there. There, and we'll just do 3 of these assemblers again, and we'll make this thing next. Okay, let me check my power. Okay, so we got tons of power going on here. So now this one's going to need this. Should be fine there. So this one should be on the outside. Probably need to move that one too, but you can see we're getting a fairly decent sized bus coming through now, and it's going to take a while to fill these up. Actually, that's going to be a lot. It fits a lot more in a stack. I wonder if that fits 1,000 in a stack. So I probably don't need to fill the entire box on there. And yeah, actually, let's go ahead and... So the filter, yeah, this one. Actually, we don't need a filter. Take off the priority and just let it split it 50-50 on there, because this is going to fill this up. And you know, the thing is, I don't know if I'm going to use... This might be an end product, right? You know, it is a component for something. So, probably is used somewhere, but I don't actually know if I need it on the bus, to be honest. So, anyway, it doesn't really matter. We'll let it go from there. Next up, we want to do these. And so, in order to do that, I am going to need to clear off some more land. Let's see, how much soil do I have? 200. I've got plenty for now. Let's do that like that. Actually, once again, how many of the inputs I need? I need 2 inputs. Alright, so we're creating those. Last but not least, we're going to need these. And then I'll work on creating more of these from coal. We're going to need to add that eventually on here, but I think it'll be time to, in our next episode, start to work on building that energy matrix. And then we'll also need to unlock this stuff over here, but let's go ahead and finish up what we're working on here first. To do this, I'm going to need more equipment, though. Alright, look at this bus we've got going on here. So, we've got basically all of the stuff here. All of this stuff here is being produced on the bus. We're going to add this next, and then we're going to start getting some oil, adding sulfuric acid. We'll probably use some water from over here. We would need some stone, but I'm not putting stone directly on here, so I'm going to produce everything that all this stuff will be produced separately, and I'll probably produce that separately too, not include them necessarily on this bus. Some of the buildings might need that. Let me see. Actually, it doesn't look like the buildings will need any of that stuff yet. So we don't have to worry about adding any of this to the bus. So yeah, next what we'll need to do, so we've got our bus full of components. The next episode I'm going to, like we've got some crude oil here, so I'm going to just leave the bus basically at this point, and then pull off some of the items to create buildings, just like we had over there on our mall. And I'll use this. I want to create some of these too. I'm going to have to do this probably as its own separate thing to just do. But in any case, it's been like an hour of recording here. I should be fast forwarding a lot of this while we're waiting for things to build, because that's just kind of boring. So I'll fast forward through that. But before I go, let's just take a quick look at how much stuff we've got on the planet here. All right, and that looks pretty cool now. So that's the awesome thing about creating buses, is buses do look cool when you've got them created. But anyway, that will do it for today. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and peace out.